What's up guys, today I got another brand new release from Zhiyun, and I'm actually very proud to say Zhiyun, which means smart cloud or clouds of wisdom, something associated to wisdom and clouds. So Zhiyun is the right pronunciation of this light. But anyway, to get that out of the way, so this one here has absolutely everything that you can think of. They actually thought of every single little thing regarding this little light here. So stay tuned, don't go nowhere, I'll be right back. And the usual disclaimer, Zhiyun sent me this slide for me to test and review. I don't get paid to say anything. This video is not sponsored by Zhiyun, and all my words and opinions, they are my own. So at the making of this video, none of this information is yet accessible on their website because they didn't even publish the light. So I'm actually the first person to actually receive and review this light. So, and again, this is the prototype version. Currently, I have the prototype only version of the M20C, which by the way, they sent me 2 boxes, which means 2 M20C units. And they also make the M20, which unfortunately I don't have the light present to demonstrate here. I'm going to be actually leaving all this information right here so you can actually pause the screen, which is a lot easier to memorize everything instead of me saying stuff here, which you're going to forget very quickly, right? So I'm going to be leaving several shots right here so you can actually see everything that interests you, so you can actually keep pausing the screen to keep the video going. So I'm gonna start with the unboxing here real quick. This is the actual box that this product comes with, and there is no case. However, there's a little bag that comes included with this light. And on Amazon, you can actually just take this thing out of here, and you can simply measure from here to there and the height and find the closest EVA material case, and that should be easy to find. So there you go, I actually opened this box here for the first time. This light has everything that you want, all compact in this tiny little enclosure here. So you actually have CCT mode, HSI, RGB, effects, and even music mode. They thought of everything here. So I'm going to start with the outside of the light. As you can see, there are shoe mounts on top and on both sides, and including the bottom, which also features a 1/4 thread that you can actually attach to a light stand. So why am I so excited and impressed with this light? Because it's got everything. Let me start with the built-in magnet. As you can see, you can attach to anything. Plus, you actually lift this little knob here, and the light comes off just like those older GoPro little enclosures here, or cage, whatever you want to call it. So you actually have the light bare bone right here in your hand. If you need to mount the light somewhere, if you don't need the shoe mounts or anything like that, you just close this here, done, right? And on the back of the light, it features a 20-watt built-in lithium-ion battery. I wish this thing was removable, because all you have to do is to put a little spring here, so when you run out of power, you just swap the batteries, but this is up to them, so it's just my suggestion. And this light here is going to run at 100% for about 32-35 minutes, which, by the way, this is a prototype version. It's not a full retail here, which means it's not going to connect to the app, which means I cannot show you what's going to look like in the app, but most of you guys know what the app looks like anyway. I'm limited in showing firmware upgrades or connecting this light to the app. To power via USB-C, simply connect the cable right there. And this device here shows everything. It shows how many volts, how many amps, and the wattage that's being asked for this to deliver the power to this one. I don't know, this is a little silly thing that I want to show you here. So this is a 20-watt battery. This light is actually capable of 20 watts, and it's drawing 21, 22 watts here, but on the USB PD is asking for 27. In this package, they include the USB-A to USB-C. If you need USB-C to USB-C, you have to get your own. So it comes with a diffuser here, and another one, which is, you guessed it, magnet. And the second accessory, guess what, is a grid, my favorite, which is better than a barn door, which, by the way, they actually come included with the barn door. And everything is magnetic. It has a very cool Zhiyun logo here. And as you notice, there are numbers here. So number 1, so close the barn door this way, and then number 2, number 3, and number 4. So you actually have the beautiful Zhiyun logo displaying right here. And because the magnets are very strong, so when you remove the barn door, the grid stays. And then when you remove the grid, this stays. And then finally, you remove that, and that stays. So I'm actually a big fan of grids, and this is just my personal preference, so I'm gonna show you guys here. So when you actually install the grid, here's my hand, so there's no light. So if you don't see the white, that means the light is not hitting the part that you don't want to be lit, right? So here's the hand, a little bit of light. Now let's put the barn door here and see what happens. What I don't like about barn doors is because light can leak on the sides here. It doesn't matter how tightly closed this thing is here. There's always a little light going on, right? It does the job, as you can see, as a barn door. But again, I prefer a grid. And of course, this entire barn door is made of aluminum. The only thing plastic is the actual frame that attaches right here. By the way, this light comes with very strong magnets, which means you're not going to be losing this stuff in the field or falling off the light if you shake the light or if you bump it somewhere, right? That you don't have to worry about anything. Now, to remove this diffuser here, which, by the way, I actually have a touch for everything, instead of you forcefully try to yank this thing out of here, which two things can happen. You can actually accidentally hit buttons that you don't want here to change your temperature or power the light off or increase the intensity. Not to mention that if you accidentally do something, you might drop this light accidentally on the floor, which you don't want there, right? You can simply slide it this way, about a 1/4 inch, slide it, and then the magnet is out. It's much better than try to do this here, which requires some force. Just do that. So right now I'm on vlogging mode, and this camera is very heavy in my hand. This is the R3, and the light is actually double diffused, set to 25%. The ISO on the camera is 800, aperture f4, and the shutter speed is 1/60th of a second, and the frame rate is 30 frames per second, and this is what you get, which is pretty nice. So this is actually a very powerful little light. So that's all you need when actually vlogging at an arm distance from the camera at 25%. On CCT at 5600 degrees Kelvin. So here's the back of the light. Not only I'm going to show you the entire menu, but you get to see what the light is doing because it is aiming at this background. So to power it on, short press and then a long press. And here's the same exact thing that Zhiyun makes for every other light that they have. So you have the shortcuts here from 0% to 1% increments. Press it again, 50% and then 100%. And to adjust the CCT, just slide this knob here for everything they want to adjust in this light. So it has shortcuts for 2500 degrees Kelvin, 3200, 4300, 55, 65, 7000, 8000, 9000 and 10,000 Kelvin. And it also features a green magenta correction from 0 to +5 green, +10 green, or -10 magenta, -5 magenta, back to 0. Next, press this button. Here's your HSI setting, same exact shortcuts here. And to adjust the hue, the same deal, use this knob to adjust, rotate it to the right. And then you actually have the entire spectrum of colors here. It also has shortcuts, of course. Same thing, saturation, 0, 50, 100. And next you have the RGB alone, which means you can actually adjust anything you want here. And next we have the effects mode, which does a lot of controls. You have the one pulse here, the intensity, the speed, so you can actually have it very fast or very slow. And there is even shortcuts even for that here. Then there's more. You can also set the colors that you like, not only just red. Next we have the actual music mode, as you can see. It's pretty cool. So you can actually have all the settings here, the speed or sensitivity. So as the song plays, this is going to blink faster or slower. So number 2 is going to blink this way, and number 7 is going to blink that way. And you can also do even further adjustments here, changing the colors and everything else. Next we have all these controls here. And then next will be the menu. Just in case you power your light on and the whole thing is in Chinese, don't worry about it. So even if you go through this whole thing here in Chinese, it's very easy to identify what's going on, right? So make sure you actually have the menu page here. It's easy to do that. And then you just switch to English or Chinese. And then to reset the Bluetooth, you just slide this knob to the right, and then you choose yes or no. If you want yes, just click here. And at the bottom is the firmware version. And that concludes the menu demonstration and everything this light can do. So depending on the setting of brightness, this fan might never turn on, and it also depends on the temperature. If it is not too hot outside, you're probably going to have no fan going, but the fan is actually extremely quiet, and that's not going to be altering or interfering any of your recordings, even if you are in a quiet room. I actually have to come very close to this light to actually be able to hear this fan. There's no whining or any weird sounds, it's just a gentle breeze here blowing the air out of the light. So right now the fan is rotating at full speed, and that's not going to actually interfere with any recordings that you do, regardless how quiet the place is. I don't have the quietest place right now, but I actually have to come very close to the fan, even at a silent place, to actually be able to hear the fan. So I actually have a microphone right here, and this is what it sounds like. As you put the microphone away from the light, about 10 inches, this is what it sounds like. And from 2-3 feet away, you cannot hear the fan. At least your camera or your microphone is not going to be able to pick that up. Right now, if that matters, I have the light placed exactly 3 feet away from the background if you want to do some brightness testing. Right now the light is set to 100%, and I have my light meter on reset mode. That's why it's blinking. So I'm actually shooting at ISO 800 and 24 frames per second, and this is what we get here. We're getting a f4.6. Make sure, yeah, 4.7. Right now the light is set to 2500 degrees Kelvin, and we have f4.2. The good thing is that it doesn't change a whole lot, so it slightly changed like 0.3 f-stops difference, which is good. And let's see what happens at 10,000 Kelvin. 10,000 Kelvin, and then we have f4.6. So as you can see, this light is actually retaining pretty much close to the same exposure values, which means when you actually change the color temperature, it's not going to be changing much of your exposure here, which is great. And that's the end of my review. I hope you found the contents helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them down in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you next time.